Okay, real talk. Have you ever had someone reply to a post or a story and they're like, oh my God, I need this. And you send back a link and you're like, yes, I can help you. But then you're like, life happens. And then you forget. You forget to write it down. You forget they even messaged you. And then a week later, that lead is totally cold. Same, and it happens to social sellers everywhere. It does not mean that you're flaky. It actually just means that you need a CRM. So you have entirely too much going on in your brain to remember who to follow up with and what about and when. So in this video, I'm breaking down what a CRM actually is, why every social seller needs one, even if you are brand new, and I'm going to be walking you through the exact tools that I use and recommend. And one of them, maybe two, are even free. So let's go. Hi, I'm AJ Yates. I help social sellers build better systems so you can get your time back and actually scale your business without the burnout. This video is all about CRM systems, but don't worry, I am keeping it beginner friendly. Here's what we will cover: what a CRM is and how it fits into your business, why just remembering your leads is costing you sales, and the 3 CRM options I personally use and I recommend, and how to make it duplicatable for your team so you're not the only one trying to remember everything. So grab a notebook or open your notes app because you're going to want to jot some, if not all of this down. Okay, so let's dive in. So number 1 is why you need a CRM even as a beginner. So let's start with the why. So CRM in this space stands for contact relationship management, but don't tune out on me, okay? That is just a fancy way of saying you need a place to track your people. If you've ever had a potential customer say, I'll think about it, if you've ever forgot what someone's pain points were, or if you have missed someone who said they wanted to join your team, then you already know why this matters. So here's a statistic. On average, it takes 8 to 12 touch points before someone buys, but most social sellers, they give up after 1 or 2 follow-ups. Not because they don't care, but because they do not have a system. And here's the truth. Your brain is not meant to be a storage unit, right? It is meant to process, not to hold information. So a CRM frees up your brain and it lets you follow up with confidence. It helps you personalize your messages. It helps you track your momentum. So here is a real life story / missed opportunity. So early in my business, I had someone reach out. She was so excited. She asked great questions, said she just needed to check her budget and would get back to me. I did not log it, right? I did not set a reminder. And by the time that I remembered, it was weeks later, she had joined someone else. That was the day I honestly got so serious about tracking. And we're going to get you serious about tracking too. So in this section, we're going to talk about the 3 CRM tools that I recommend. It's going to be a detailed walkthrough, and we are going to talk tools. So the 3 options that I recommend based on where you are at in your journey. So option 1 is Google Sheets. So this is perfect for beginners. It is free. It is simple. It is customizable. It is great for visualizing stages like your new lead, or if you sent info, a follow-up customer, team prospect. You can sort and filter, color code. If you've ever used Excel, it should be no learning curve whatsoever. But the best part is I have created a done-for-you template that you can copy, and that link is in the description of this video. So that is option number 1. I also love it because it's everywhere that you are. It can be on your computer. It can be on your phone. It can be on your iPad. No matter where you are at, it is not a physical product that you have to bring with you. You can take it wherever. All right. Option number 2 is a Trello board. So if you are more visual, or if you love drag and drop workflows, this one is for you. You can create lists or labels that are like leads, follow-ups this week, warm team prospects, etc. You can use the checklist. You can label by interest. You can even attach convos or screenshots. Trello also makes it easy to share this process with your team. or a VA later down the road, which makes it duplicatable for your business. And I've also linked my sample one below. All right, number 3 is something like Saga. So this one is for you if you want something that's a little bit more automated and it is meant to be a CRM system. It is built specifically for social sellers and network marketers, and it lets you tag by funnel stage, send reminders. You get to track multiple people and where they are at your pipeline. You can even create lead magnets and link in bios that will automatically add people to your list. There's fun daily challenges, there's trainings, and there's even training and suggestions of what to say to someone and when. And it is so user friendly. So if you are ready to go that route, I actually have a discount code for you in the description. I love it so much that I partnered with them, and I've been sending some of my wish list of where I would love for it to go one day, but I'm honestly so obsessed with this platform. All right, so you know the importance of it, you know the systems that you can put in place, and so now we're going to make it duplicatable for your team. So let's talk leadership. One of the biggest mistakes I see partners not teaching their downline is to track. They say things like, just follow up with your 3 people. But what happens when it's 30 people? So that's why everything that I build in this business, I ask, can this be duplicated? All of these CRM tools I'm sharing with you today, Google Sheets, Trello, Saga, can be shared, they can be templated, and they can be passed down to duplicate your team. You do not have to start from scratch every time a new partner joins. You create once, and then you can teach many. If you're a pen and paper person, I also have a link below of a planner that I created that has tracking in it as well. And I use that in a hybrid sense with the technology that I use. So what do you actually track in your CRM? So now that you are sold, because you're still on this video, on using a CRM, what should you actually track? So here is a list of what to start with. So first, you're going to start with their name, where they came from, Instagram, Facebook, referral, event, wherever. What are they interested in? The product, business, both. When you last followed up with them, what stage that they're at, whether it's a new conversation, it is, the informing stage, you've invited them, you're following up, their customer, wherever they're at, all the way to the launch phase, what stage that they are in. And then also notes. So life events, objections, goals, these things help you personalize because your brain is not going to remember all of it. But if you check your notes section in your CRM, you will find all that information there. So whether you're using columns, tags, checklists, the more personal you make your tracking, the better your relationships are because you remember those little details in conversations. All right. So how to get started today with no overwhelm. If you're watching this and you're like, that sounds amazing, but I'm already so behind. Let me stop you right there. You do not need to go back and track every conversation for the last 6 months or the last 6 years. However, wherever you're at in your business, just start from today. So pick one of the tools I shared, track every new conversation from now on. And if you feel like you're missing out on a lot of past leads, just go into your messaging and search for words like comp plan, info, whatever product names, whatever you talk about in your messages, search that in your inbox and in your messages, and then you can log those conversations and add them to your CRM. But this is not about perfection, okay? It's just building the muscle, building that muscle of tracking and logging conversations so that you can treat your business like a business. All right, friend, here is what's next. So I have linked everything I've talked about today in the description. I have linked my free Google Sheet, the Trello board, my Saga discount, the actual physical planner, if that's what you want to use to track. And if this helped you, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this with a teammate who's ready to stop winging it and start treating their business like a business. You've got this, and I've got you. See you in the next one.